I'm the Communications Manager at Thames Water for the project. Firstly, I think many of you have met either Richard Aylard or Phil Stride, the two senior people in charge of the project, and they firstly send their apologies. They were unable to be here, partly because they're off doing some of the things that you asked them to do as a result of the consultation. So you got me instead. You've heard me spout off before at the time and talent, so I won't rehearse too many of the arguments. But firstly, genuinely on a personal note, from everybody who's had interaction with you as a group, hats off to your campaign. You fought, a formidable, powerful, and hopefully, who knows, hopefully effective campaign, and you conducted it with courtesy, and we're grateful for that, just on a personal level. I think from sitting in the office in Paddington, we know that lots of you have already submitted your consultation forms, and if you haven't, it's really important that you do, because every form, every petition, every letter, it all counts. One of the key things that we've been trying to get across, and I know there's been scepticism about this, because sometimes these days people have sort of consultation overload. This is a genuine consultation. We do need to hear what you say. Nothing is set in stone, is a phrase that you've heard us say before. To give you some idea of, this consultation has generated things that we didn't know. And I know Donna and some of your other leading members do know that we are actively following up those leads, those new information, which is what the consultation process is all about. Thames Water, big as a company as it is, can't know the whole of London like the back of its hands. You know your area better than do. You have provided information that the team will now go back and assess. You have rightly been at pains to point out that our own site selection methodology does state a clear preference for brownfield over greenfield. We agree with you. In an ideal world, we will use brownfield site, and those are the options that we are looking into as a result of this consultation. So you've fought a magnificent campaign. We hope we've convinced you that we are listening. We need to spend the next 2-3 months in every detail assessing what the whole of London has told us about this project, because the one thing that I do have to stress is that you can't look at one site in isolation. A site change here might have knock-on effects elsewhere, and the commitment that we've given to government is to come up with a scheme that tackles the problem of 39 million tonnes of sewage going into a river which has been cleaned up, and we need to keep it clean. And I think with almost universal agreement that something must be done. Our challenge is to find the most cost-effective way of doing that. Water bills, rises in water bills, just a few pounds a week could cause real hardship for people. But we absolutely need to match that with a solution that causes the least possible disruption. We are committed to do that, and this is but episode 1. There's a long way to go. We will spend the spring digesting everything that everybody has told us, and that's again just to reinforce why it's important that everybody as an individual submits their own feedback form either online. I've got some more of the hard copies if anybody for any reason hasn't got one. We'll publish the consultation report roughly at the end of March, and then in September there will be a second round of consultation where we will have a much more definite proposal. I know people have said, why don't you have all the details available now? The fact is, it's a bit of a chicken and egg, as Phil and others have said. If we'd come out with all the details and said, this is our solution, you'd have said, well, what's the point of a consultation? So the consultation has been aimed at involving local people. It's obviously been successful in that extent, because to get a turnout like this is fantastic. So I think I've said everything I have to say, but we respect your campaign, we respect your patience, because I know it has been, on a very personal level, for all of you, an anxious and distressing time, and to an extent that's not over yet, because I can't say you're off the hook, we've sorted a different site. We are working as hard as we can to try and find a different site, but it will take time. And so by the September we will have stage 2 consultation to take forward the proposed law that will, we believe, address the task that the government and the Environment Agency have set us of stopping the sewage going into the river, which is the ultimate objective of this scheme. So, thank you very much.